Last group. We're doing Stadium Seating Enterprises, Group E. This is Taylor Mosen. Brad DiMaggio is outside. I'm Joseph Latone, the presenter. Company background. We are a leading provider of stadium seating riser solutions to all areas of the United States. We provide services to movie theaters, churches, concert halls, auditoriums, churches, all, you name it, we've done. Business began at a 24-screen AMC in Brand in Dallas, Texas. They perform services for theaters in more than 35 states from all over the nation. And the most popular product is what we're presenting today, which is a Stadium Seating Enterprises EPS Geophone, which is a stadium seats a riser system. Here's a little bit of background on it. This is a brief overview. Basically what's going on is we're creating a stepped stadium seating rather than like just regular sloped seating, which in turn gives better viewing to the screen, as well as increases the capacity of the theater. But we're going to go more into that during the presentation. The buyer, who is Taylor, is going to be the owner of Ultrastar Movie Theater in Lake Havasu City, Arizona. Theater is more than 30 years old, and the buyer is seeking a retrofit stadium seating solution. The meeting. The buyer and seller met last summer at a trade show in Las Vegas. Buyer has contacted seller recently due to the growth of the population in Lake Tahoe, or Lake Havasu. Is interested in finally learning more about stadium seating riser solutions. That's it.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mosen. Brad DiMaggio, First Stadium Seating Enterprise.
Hi, Brad. How are you? Call me Taylor, though.
Have a seat. I'd like to thank you, first of all, for having this meeting.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for coming in. I'm interested in hearing a little more about Stadium Seating Enterprises.
Great. Well, I just noticed I haven't been to Lake Havasu for a while. Looks like a lot of things are growing out here.
Well, yeah, business is actually doing very well. The population is booming out here. The economy has never been higher, and movie blockbusters at an all-time high. The marketing that goes into each of these movies now is amazing to see how many people will come out to the theater to see them.
Ah, that sounds great, especially for your business.
Yeah, I mean, we're doing really well, and that's kind of why I contacted you, was when we met last summer at the Movie Zone trade show in Las Vegas. I was interested in hearing some more, but wasn't really ready to make a purchase, and now that I've seen such a high spike in population and ticket sales, I think I'm really ready to hear a little bit more about your system.
Excellent. I mean, here at Stadium Seating Enterprises, we pride ourselves in our work, our quality. We feel we have the best product. But first, do you mind if I take a few notes?
No, please, jot away.
All right, thank you. Well, first of all, how is your theater currently set up?
Well, Ultrastar's theaters here is, we have a 10 auditorium, so individual viewing room system. Each auditorium is approximately 4,000 square feet and houses maybe 100 to 75 places, individual places to sit. And that includes seats and places for handicap access.
Okay, great. So I noticed that you set up the meeting in one of your auditoriums. Are your auditoriums on a general slope like this one, or do you have a couple of theaters?
No, I mean, we're a pretty old theater now, so all of my theaters are still standard slope seating. We built it a while ago. That was the only thing people knew, and it's worked pretty well for us so far, but I think I'm ready for a little more.
Okay. Well, how long have you owned this theater?
Over 30 years now. We've been here a real long time, and that's the reason for the retrofit.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you.
30 years. Let's see. Since like the economy's been booming and stuff, have you seen an increase in people attending your movies? Or?
Well, I've seen actually, we've been turning quite a few people away lately because of the rise in population. It just doesn't seem that I have enough theater capacity to fit the demand that we seem to have here.
Okay, by theater capacity you mean not enough seats?
Yeah, I mean really there's just not enough space and seats in the theaters. I end up turning people away almost every week.
Okay. Well, how many would you say per week you turn away?
I'd say roughly we turn away somewhere between probably around 100 people per week. But on a big blockbuster weekend, like this weekend when Iron Man came out, I think we probably turned away on average about 300 people a week.
Oh wow, 300 people?
Yeah, that's on a big box office though. It doesn't happen every weekend.
How do you feel that's dramatically affecting your business? Or?
Well, I mean, I think that I would be doing a lot more business if I were able to keep all of these turned away customers rather than giving them away to the AMC down the street. I mean, I'm basically just giving my business to my competitor.
Okay, yeah. Well, roughly, how much do you think you lose in a lost customer in profit?
Well, I mean, it's hard to verify, but with ticket prices today being around $10 or so, I'd say we roughly make around half that, so $5 per ticket sale per customer. And maybe, I mean, believe it or not, people really do spend money at those concession stands, so we probably make on average about $5 in profit from each ticket sale that goes into the concession stand.
So roughly $10 per person.
Yeah, you can put that together.
Okay, all right. And you said that you lose probably around 100 to 300 on a big weekend, right?
On a big weekend, it doesn't happen quite often, but yeah, 100 to 300 people per week.
So, I mean, you're saying you probably lose around $1,000 to $3,000 in additional profit just because you don't have enough seating?
Yeah, that would make sense.
Okay. Well, if I told you that, if I could help you increase your seating capacity by 100% and help increase your revenue as well, would that be something you're interested in hearing about?
Absolutely, I'd love to hear more about that.
Oh, wonderful.
Keep talking.
All right. Well, at SSE, we pride ourselves in our products, like I said. We have the newest and latest technology. We actually use the EPS geofoam.
Okay.
Instead of the regular old steel frame seating, we use the geofoam, place it down, and then we use 12 or 16-inch gauge steel riser plates. So we use a reinforcement with cement. It's the newest way. It puts less stress on the building with the steel and everything. Does that sound like your customers would like this?
Yeah, that sounds fun, but I don't really understand this whole like stacking of foam business. Can you explain that a little more?
Yeah, actually, I'm glad you asked that. I had your projectionist put a little video clip up in the thing. I'd like to, yeah, go ahead and roll it. On your movie screen right here. Watch this. Yeah, as you can see, this is just that empty auditorium. And see those things being stacked down right there? Those are the 8x10 geofoam blocks.
Okay.
We place those down with EPS adhesive directly to the floor. And as you can see, they're starting to do the different tiers, the different layers for the stadium seating. And then,
they stack it all up in stadium.
yeah, and see those blue lines right there? Those are the steel riser plates. Help give this extra support with rebar all the way across. And after that, we just lay down the cement all the way down to help give it that extra strength. And
okay, so that's where the solidity comes from.
And then we just carpet it up and get the seats in there, and you got a great new auditorium.
Wow. All right, that definitely explains the whole foam system. I really understand what you're talking about now.
Definitely. Do you feel your customers would enjoy the new seating?
Yeah, I think that that's definitely something they would be interested in.
Wonderful. Did you have any questions about it?
Well, I do have one question regarding kind of the actual seats. I understand that Stadium Seating Enterprises only provides the riser system and the foam and all of the cement and installation. However, the seats are not included.
Yeah.
So that would be an additional cost to your service? Is that kind of what it would be?
For the seats, the additional cost?
Yes.
Well, actually, if you'd like us to install the seats, it would be an additional cost. We also we work with other providers that have seats. So we can get that for you at a discount
Okay, because
rate.
I don't really want to go out and start looking for more seats and everything. If that's something that SSE can take care of with the package for me, I don't mind paying a little extra for
And if
it.
you prefer, we could use your old seats as well. We can, but you just have to probably pay. We can get them refurnished for you.
Okay.
New covers on it.
Okay. So that sounds pretty good as far as the seats go. As of now, I'm just kind of concerned about financing the operation. It sounds like it's a pretty big process. I mean, I have a 10-theater auditorium.
Okay, yeah, perfect. Well, if you'd like, I can go into some numbers right now.
Okay.
Is that okay with you?
Yeah, that'd be great. I'd
All
love
right,
to hear.
perfect. Well, we already talked about how you lose 100 to 300 people, and that's 1,000 to 3,000 roughly.
Okay, yes.
Well, let's just do a ball of 1,000. Let's say in a 52-week year, you're going to lose roughly $52,000. So your AMC down the street.
I guess,
Yeah, no, you're not going to like that. So, but let's do it over a 5-year span. 5-year span, $52,000. If I do my calculations right, it's probably about $260,000 you're going to lose just because you don't have enough seats in your thing.
Wow.
Well, with our fully furnished product, the new geofoam technology, everything can be installed in less than a month. Each auditorium takes 1.5 to 2 days. We can have that installed for $200,000, and you might think that's pretty pricey. But if you think about it over a 5-year span, you're going to have additional profits of $260,000. which is on top of your normal profits you're gaining right now.
Okay.
So let's just say with those additional profits, you pay off the $200,000. You still have $60,000 in additional profits. You divide that up by the 5 years, you're getting $12,000 extra in additional profits while you're paying off the rider system.
Wow.
So can you see how this rider system pays itself?
Definitely. I just have one question about the installation process.
Yeah.
How does stadium seating, how are they going to keep my installation as short as possible? I understand that I'm going to be losing some business while the theaters are under construction, and am I going to be able to keep some of those open as well, or are they all going to be closed during? I mean, I could be losing a lot of business during the construction period.
That's actually a wonderful question. All of our things are prefabricated in like a kit of parts, as you will. Mm-hmm. And then once we take the measurements, we can cut it to any shape or design you want with the foam, however design you want in each auditorium. Then we ship that to your theater, which minimizes construction time and minimizes the construction area taken up in front of your theater.
Uh-huh.
So we will work on two or three of your theaters at a time, leaving 7 or 8 of yours open at one time.
Okay.
That way, with the construction minimal, it's not going to take up a lot of your parking lot. You still have those spots available, and people will still be able to use those 7 or 8 auditoriums.
Oh, okay. That sounds, well, it definitely sounds better to have 7 or 8 making money than none.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I will go back to the office and write up a proposal for you. Do you think I could bring it by Wednesday? Or
well, hold on. I'm still a little skeptical, like I said, about the financing of the properties, and I'm also kind of wondering about the hollowness or the density of the foam and how it's going to be absorbing kind of the building. I'm worried about the stress of the building and the actual sinking into the soil. I've heard that's a big problem a lot with some steel riser systems being built.
Yeah, actually with the new EPS foam, geofoam, it's actually less stress on the building. With the steel riser system, it puts a lot of strain on the walls, mm-hmm. and it actually puts a lot of stress on your building as a whole. With the EPS geofoam, it actually absorbs a lot of it, puts less stress on the walls, but it can still hold, with the cement and the rebar and everything, it can still hold the mount as a steel seating. Also, with on a side note, the sound quality is a lot better with the EPS geofoam.
Okay.
With the normal steel seating system, after they place it in, there's hollow gaps underneath. So when your surround sound goes, that sound goes down in those hollow gaps, and it kind of deadens the sound.
Okay.
So with the EPS foam, we put it straight to the ground with our EPS adhesive. There's no hollow area, so it actually enhances the sound quality as well as you get the stadium seating.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, my people are really coming for the experience, and that's kind of my reasoning for wanting to put in a stadium seating riser solution is to give them a better movie-going experience and compete with the AMC down the street.
Well, can I ask if there's any other questions you have? Or?
Well, I mean, you've got this financing option over 5 years, and how does that really work? How do you break that down?
Okay, 5 years for cover the cost of the $200,000. We can work to your financial needs. Mm-hmm. However, if you want to each month or you want to do it quarterly, we can do that. You can set your payments as long as it's paid completely by the 5 years. Many of our customers actually found that it was easier to pay it off before the 5 years. Mm-hmm. There's no customer that's ever taken past the 5 years to pay for it, so that's never been a
Sounds like a profitable solution.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, my last thing is that I definitely do want to upgrade to stadium seating, but I'm not sure SSE is the company for me yet. I spoke with one of your competitors at the trade show also, Stadium Savers.
Okay, yeah.
And I have a meeting with him later this week, so I'm not really ready to make any kind of decision right now, but I would definitely like to look more into your competition first.
Okay, well, did you say one of your biggest concerns was construction?
Yeah, definitely keeping as many theaters open and the construction to a minimum is a big concern.
Okay, well, not the rag on Stadium Savers or anything. They use the EPS geofoams. They're definitely on top of their stuff. They don't prefabricate their stuff. They ship all their materials to your theater, which takes up construction time because the contractors are going to have to cut the foam, mold it, everything on site, which also takes up a lot of room. It'll take up some of your parking lot. Yeah. They're going to have all the supplies there, and so I feel that's why we're one step a little bit higher than them, because we prefabricate it. It takes up a lot, and I know construction was the main concern of yours.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't like having a big mess outside of my theater. I'd like it to be as neat as possible.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it sounds like you guys got the one-up on Stadium Savers, and you seem to have everything under control with your financing options. I don't really have many other questions for you.
Okay. Well, I'd just like to briefly go over what we talked about.
Okay.
That how our seating will actually double the capacity of each auditorium, which will help with your profits. It also helps increase your profits because you can allow more people in. They can go to the concession stands and all that. I'd like if I can mark you down for a 5-year payment installment plan for all 10-year theaters, and I can have a proposal written up for you by next Wednesday. Does that sound good?
Next Wednesday I'm actually busy. If you can come in on Tuesday morning, that'd be great. But,
Tuesday's great.
I'm definitely into this.
Yeah, Tuesday's great. If I could just have your autograph right here, and we'll start measurements today, if you'd like, and get that order ready.
Yeah, let's get the ball rolling and get things started.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
All right.
Pleasure to